Have you ever wondered if it's even possible to build a real income online without a single dollar to your name? Well, in this explainer, we're going to unpack the exact blueprint for how to do just that in 2026. This is all about starting from absolute scratch and turning your time into a real, tangible asset.
Okay, so let's just get right to the biggest question on everyone's mind. Can you really do this? Can you actually build an online income starting with, absolutely nothing in the bank? It's a totally fair question, and honestly, there's a lot of skepticism out there for good reason.
And the answer is a huge, resounding yes. Absolutely. You see, the game has just fundamentally changed. The tools and platforms we have access to today have completely leveled the playing field. It's more possible now than ever before for a total beginner to start earning without any upfront cash. So, where do we start? Well, our first strategy is the most direct path you can take to actually put in cash in your pocket. And it's all about monetizing the skills that you already have, right now. This is what we call freelancing. At its core, it's just a simple exchange. You have a skill, and trust me, you do, and somebody out there is willing to pay you for it. It's an active income stream, which just means you get paid directly for the work you put in. It is, without a doubt, the fastest way to go from zero to earning. And getting started isn't some big, complicated business launch. It really breaks down into 4 simple steps. First, you just have to figure out what you're good at. Second, create a few examples of your work. Super simple. Third, go find that first person who will pay you. And fourth, and this is key, do an amazing job for them. That's it. That is the entire launch plan. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, but I don't have any skills, I want you to look at this list. These skills are always in demand. Can you write a clear email? Boom, that's writing and editing. Do you know your way around Instagram? That's social media management. And with amazing free tools like Canva, literally anyone can start doing basic graphic design. This makes the whole idea of freelancing way more real, right?
Okay, let's move on to our second strategy. This one kind of takes the idea of using your skills to the next level. Here, we're going to shift from trading our time directly for money to building something that can pay us over and over again. We're talking about creating a real digital asset.
So think of it this way. Freelancing is awesome for making money right now. But with content creation, you're building for the future. You do the work one time. You record one video, you write one article, and that single piece of content can earn you money for months or, maybe even years to come. And the potential here is pretty significant. This number isn't just pulled out of thin air. It's a totally realistic target that we're seeing new creators hit all the time. People are building these small, niche YouTube channels, often in their spare time, that are generating $1,000 a month or more in pretty passive revenue. Now, here's the thing that stops most people dead in their tracks: the fear of being on camera. I get it, but your value is in the content, not in being a celebrity. This is the whole idea behind faceless content. People don't need to see you. They just need the value you're providing. Your face isn't the product. Your content is. And here are some real-world examples. You could create a channel with relaxing rain sounds using free stock footage. You could just record your screen to make a simple software tutorial. You can even use simple animation tools to explain historical events. None of these require you to ever show your face. This brings us to our third and final strategy. And this one really requires a bit of a mindset shift. We're talking about the true passive income path. This is for those of you who want to build for the long term, which makes it an amazing option for students or really anyone who can invest time now for a much bigger payoff later. Let's be really clear. Passive income isn't money for nothing. A better way to think about it is work now, earn later. You put in all the effort up front to create a product or a system that then, hopefully, generates revenue with very little hands-on work from you down the line. And this visual says it all, right? Notice that massive bar for upfront effort. That's you, writing the ebook or designing all the templates. But then look at that tiny little bar for ongoing effort. That's the dream. That's the goal. You build the machine once and then you let it run. So what does this look like in practice? Well, here are some fantastic ideas that fit this model perfectly. You could design a beautiful digital planner one time and sell it thousands of times. You could write an ebook on a topic you know a ton about. With print on demand, you just create cool designs, someone else handles all the printing and shipping. These are incredibly powerful and scalable ideas. Okay, so we've covered 3 totally distinct blueprints here: freelancing, content creation, and passive income.
Now comes the most important part of all, you choosing your path and taking that very first step forward.
So which path is the right one for you? Well, if you need cash fast, no question, you should look at freelancing. If you're more interested in building a brand and an audience over time, content creation is your path. And if you're playing the long game for automated income, you got to focus on passive income. And that first step column, that tells you exactly what you can do today to get started.
And really, this is the bottom line. All this information is completely useless without action. The single biggest mistake you can make right now is getting overwhelmed by all the options and doing nothing. Just pick one. Seriously, just one of these paths. And commit to taking that single first step.
So I'll just leave you with this one question. The blueprint is right here. It's in your hands. You've seen the strategies, you know the first steps, you've seen the potential. The only question left is, what will you build?